This week I'm heading to somewhere I've not yet explored. It is the biggest forest in Britain, covering nearly 200,000 acres. This is the Galloway Forest. I began my journey in the Northern Lake District, where I had been staying for the past week or so. I soon got itchy feet and yearned for something a little bit more wild, so I fueled up and hit the road, northbound. So we are en route to Scotland. I'm so excited to explore this new area of Scotland. I've never been before, so it's going to be epic, really epic. Weather isn't massively on my side. I think it is due to absolutely tip it down tonight and tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just going to embrace it, I think. Chuck on the waterproofs and plan something to do, probably low level, not going up any Munros or anything. I was beyond excited to be back in the Landy, en route to one of my favourite places in the world, but this time exploring a special gem that I've always missed when beelining to the Highlands. So I am now in Scotland, which feels absolutely amazing. I've been coming to Scotland since I was 17. When I first saw her wild lands, I instantly fell in love. As I hiked her multiple trails, swam in her lochs, wild camped in the glens and climbed some Munros. Ever since, I've always had a yearning to return, to explore more of these beautiful lands we call Scotland. And here I was in 300 vast miles of forest, which is known as the cradle of Scottish independence, as Robert the Bruce fought hard to fight back for his country, to form the start of the movement of Scottish independence. Whilst the mass scale of deforestation removes this place's heritage, it was wonderful to see what remains for now and appreciate this gorgeous creation. So I might have found one of the best park-ups I've ever stayed in, ever. This is so beautiful. So I've just got outside the Landy and I haven't been to Scotland in the summer for 2 years. And I forgot what these little things are. You might see them flying around, and there's a few on my hand. Good old midges. They're still hanging around. It is early September and there's still midges around. So yeah, this can make or break your time in Scotland, these tiny little insects. And I've been to quite a few countries now around the world, and I have never ever encountered a bug quite as horrible as the Scottish midge. They are super aggressive little things. I tried to soak up this spot the best I could without getting bitten alive from the midges. I let them win and retired to the comforts of the Landy. So honestly, it feels so freeing being back in Percy right now, as well as being in Scotland. It has been almost 1 year since I've been in Scotland, and it's just been So busy, but with exciting stuff, like busy in a good way. I have been to Morocco to do another bike ultra. After that, I went to Arizona to do an 800-mile trail across Arizona with Jake, which was epic. So yeah, it feels amazing to be back up here for sure. So as you might know from watching my channel, I haven't been overlanding in Percy for a long time, and that's due to a number of reasons, such as my roof tent failing. It had severe leaks around the whole tent, so that was a lot of faff and everything that came with it. As well as that, I had some engine related problems that took so long to fix. But thankfully, after many months of trying to get it fixed and visiting various Land Rover specialists, the people I bought it off, Bill and Herbert, finally fixed the problem. So that's all sorted and we're now back on the road. So another problem I've encountered when it comes to Percy is insurance. Now, when it comes to unusual and different campers like this one and self-builds, it can be a real pain with insurance companies. However, I got in touch with Sterling Insurance and they had all the solutions to my queries, meaning that I could insure my old vehicle here with all the mod cons the right way. So to be honest, I'm really happy to set up my insurance policy with Sterling Insurance. It was super efficient, it was easy, unlike some insurance companies in the past where it can be a real faff to insure an old 4x4 like this that's converted inside, that has the external mod cons like a roof rack, awnings, a shower curtain and a diesel heater inside here. So Sterling are actually known for insuring the most wacky and unusual self-builds such as car campers, overland rigs and van conversions. So obviously this is epic news to people who are like me and they've got their vehicle, they've spent a lot of time, money and effort and put a lot of passion into making that vehicle unique to them and their use. So what else is really epic is Sterling cover European travel. So that is going to come in super handy for what's on the agenda for next year. As well as this, they can include breakdown cover. So that is an essential for me being a Land Rover owner. So if you are like me and you are struggling to find an insurance company to cover your wacky or unusual self-build, then head over to the link in my description. Bon appetit. That looks like a lot of food there. I've got sweet potatoes, I've got ground mince, peppers and avocado. So, pretty lovely meal. So I've just come outside to judge whether to light a fire. And the answer has got to be no. I really wanted to chill out here for a little bit just as it's getting dark and just sit outside because it's been a long day of travelling. But the midges are just unbearable. They're really bad tonight. I've been bitten all over my face and my hands and all exposed pieces of skin. I think I'm going to get a relatively early night. It is 20 to 9. And it's still fairly light, which is amazing. Shows the more north you go, the lighter it's getting. As I was down south, really down south, down on the south coast about a month ago or 3 weeks, and the difference is crazy, especially because we're on such a small island. Got 2 months exploring Scotland and doing some really cool stuff, which you'll see coming up in the next few weeks. So I think that's what I'm going to do, look at maps with a cup of tea. Good morning. I am just having my morning coffee as I listen to the rain pitter-pattering on the roof. It is super relaxing. I slept extremely well last night. It's so cozy in here. It's really lovely feeling, and especially listening to the rain on the windows and on the roof, the windscreen. It's really relaxing. So I went out last night to see if I could see any stars, because this place where I am is classed as a dark sky park, so it's renowned for its amazing night skies and for people coming here to star watch and see some incredible stars and probably galaxies and planets and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be staying around this area for the next few days, so I'm definitely interested to see if I can see any night skies. That would be incredible. So I guess it's just because there's so much land and a lack of light pollution. So this was classed and named the first dark sky park in the UK, I think, which is pretty incredible. But yeah, it felt amazing being camped, being amongst 200,000 acres of woodland and land, which is incredible. So this is the largest forest in the UK. And I'm just letting that sink in, because obviously south of England is very renowned for its amazing ancient forests, but this just wipes it off the map. 200,000 acres. And this has been around forever and ever. And I was looking into the history, and I think Robert the Bruce had a big part of preserving this land. That's what I've just seen briefly from looking it up, but I didn't know. That's news to me, that this is the largest forest in the UK. And that is exceptional, and it's nice that it's being preserved. So the woodland itself is very dense, very compact, and it would be problematic to camp in. So it's nice just to admire the forest from the road, from these forestry tracks, and from above. With the drone yesterday, it was just amazing seeing how vast it is and how much land there is just for miles and miles, until the eye can see, well, until the drone could see. And there's not a lot of towns, villages, houses around. It's very wild, and there's very few wild places left in the UK. So when you find something like this, it's a true gem. So it feels very special to be here, and that's why I'm always drawn to come up to Scotland and the Highlands, because it's truly special, and it's a place that I've shared so many experiences and been so vulnerable and learnt so many valuable lessons, and in turn it's really connected me to the hills, to the Munros, to the lochs, etc. It's an incredible place. I had my breakfast as the rain persisted, but I needed to get out of this small space and stretch my legs and have a little bit more of an explore of this beautiful area. As I visited in late summer, I was fortunate to get a glimpse of all these beautiful flowers and the last of the heather. Ultimately, just being amongst everything in full display. There will forever be a connection to Scotland that I can't explain. Having been to the most beautiful places in the world, I keep finding myself returning here, something calling me back. I left completely no trace and began my journey north, whilst exploring some of the magical wonders along the way, as I drove onwards to the Highlands. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Please remember to leave no trace in these gorgeous landscapes that we are all so lucky to roam.